Hello, this is Matt from tracyandmatt.co.uk, and here I have the Sony Ericsson MBW200, which is a Bluetooth watch. Pretty decent looking box design from the outset as it opens up, and a cool little arrangement on the inside. Clearly some thought has actually gone into this. When you actually talk about Bluetooth watches, I think people seem to think they're going to be some sort of chunky affair, not very stylish, kind of geeky. Well, probably are a little geeky anyway, but I think you might agree that the actual watch here that we have is quite cool looking. It kind of looks more like a mainstream, ordinary sort of watch. Actually, just pull that out now, if we can, like so. And really, it doesn't look much bigger than any sort of ordinary watch that you might come across and wear. And I think it does look quite attractive with the leather strap on there, and obviously the silver and black accents around the dial. Just come back to it in just a second. I want to have a look at what else is in the box in terms of accessories. So let's just open that up now and pop the box open, if we can actually work out how it's closed. There we go. So inside we have a number of chunky manuals. So we have important information and what look like two manuals about the watch itself. They look to be virtually a repetition of one another though, those two manuals, but they are printed. The first one is printed in multiple languages, and as is the other one. So like I say, they just look to be a repetition of one another. Then inside the box we have a charger, which has what is a fairly typical Sony Ericsson style connector. We see these on various other Sony Ericsson handsets, and these are sort of proprietary style connector, so that's a pretty typical piece of equipment there. We then have this sort of kind of strange adapter. I'll just open up, move these boxes out of the way. Just open up. So we have one end, we have a connector that allows us to plug in the charger, which seems to plug in either way around. So that's where we plug in the charger. Then we have this kind of clippy affair. Now the idea with this clip is that we actually just clip it on the back of the handset. There's a couple of connectors on the inside there, as you can see, and a couple of connectors on the back of the watch, and that just plugs in like so. It can only really go in one place and clips on just like that. So that's a nice soft rubbery piece inside, so it doesn't actually scratch the face of the watch, and that just plugs in like so and picks up there like that. So that's how you actually place it on charge. So if we actually look at the controls and things around the watch, first of all we have what looks like an ordinary winder, which is actually for setting the time. There's a couple of controls on one actually sort of accessing the functionality on the display. And the idea really of this watch is that incoming calls will actually display the number or the name on the display, which is a small sort of LED bit underneath. It does actually light up and actually tell you who's calling and actually show the number. The buttons on the side will allow you to actually silence or hang up the call or cancel the call that's incoming. I think you can also actually answer it, so whether or not you can actually use this in combination with a Bluetooth headset, I'm not 100% sure, but it'd be very cool if you can, so you can actually answer the call and it actually come through to the Bluetooth headset. Not sure if that's the idea of that though. We do have media controls on the left hand side of the watch though, so if we look at it kind of that way round, we have play and stop in the centre, and then we have skip tracks on either side, so back and forward for skipping tracks. So that's a very quick look at the MBW200. Not an awful lot to really see. I'll get it paired up and I'll do a bit of a review and take some photographs and everything else. But I think it's a very cool looking watch. It's a nice looking watch in its own right. The fact that it has the Bluetooth connectivity will display your incoming calls and things like that, I think is a nice, cool, and slightly geeky watch to buy for, I guess any gadget freak would appreciate that as a watch, so it's pretty cool. So I'll do a full review of the MBW200 over the next couple of weeks. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter. On Twitter we are Tracy and Matt, and on Facebook we also have a fan page which is tracyandmatt.co.uk. Definitely worth following us because we do actually tweet out updates, and we actually have another competition coming up, and the information for that will be on Twitter, so definitely worth following us. So thanks for watching. I'll be back soon with some more videos and reviews on tracyandmatt.co.uk.